I don't think the Odell Beckham case has been studied or talked about well enough. Beckham is accusing Nike of keeping him away from Adidas and then basically keeping away from millions of dollars in sneakers. And the sneaker salesmen in sports make a lot of money. So you tell me, please, what's happening with this lawsuit, David, because I was reading some of the details and I'm like, oh my God, if I were Beckham, I'd be pissed at what he's accusing Nike of doing here.
So that is your reaction. It's funny where you stand that you read a lawsuit and say, oh my God, Odell Beckham should be pissed. And I read the same lawsuit and I say Odell Beckham should be genuflecting in the general direction of Nike for just having given him the opportunity. It's all based on something called the right of first refusal, which if you're signing a contract and you're an employee of a company or you are giving rights away or a license of a show or anything like that, don't ever give someone a right of first refusal because that is an extremely powerful arrow in your quiver and it has a quashing impact on the value of your asset. Because what it means is that you can go out and get an offer from another company to buy your show or to buy your product, but your original owner can say, all right, that's very nice of you. We've matched it and now you have to stay with us. And what happens is when you go out and try to sell what you're selling, the other buyers will say, I'm not even making an offer at what your value is because it's just going to be matched. And so you're just using me to get more money from your original partner, and we're not going to get you anyway. So rights of first refusal are very dangerous. But what companies do is they want that right of first refusal because they want the power over whether they're going to keep endorsing the player. And players say, you're going to give me tens of millions of dollars. I'll give you that right of first refusal. So Nike had one. Odell Beckham goes to Adidas and cuts a deal with that German-owned company and goes back to Nike. And Nike says, all right, we are matching. Now Beckham is saying, you didn't really have my best interests in mind because you didn't properly promote me. Therefore, we were not able to sell the number of sneakers that we thought we'd sell. Therefore, I didn't make the money that I thought I could make as part of my contract because you don't love me the way Adidas did. Dan, have you ever worked for a place where they did not promote you in the way they thought you should be promoted? Has that ever happened?
Yes, and I left.
And did you have any possibility of proving that and making more money as a result of that?
As a result of that, yes.
No, you made more. I'm not talking about making more money by having left. I'm saying if you had sued someone, let's say ESPN, saying, man, you didn't do what I thought you would do. You didn't promote our show or cross platforms or whatever. You didn't start our store fast enough. Would you have prevailed in that, do you think?
No, we would have lost the lawsuit because you can't really go into court and spend money on a bunch of lawyers on promises that are broken that are not in writing.
That is for sure. Odell Beckham has zero chance, which is why Odell Beckham, in the release about the lawsuit, said one of the great lines in all lawsuits because he's the nicest man in the world. He said, I'm doing this on behalf of all other athletes.
Nice.
He doesn't care about other athletes. He's doing it on behalf of his own bank account. And here's how nervous Nike is about the lawsuit. Zero. Because that's the amount of money Beckham will get.
Do you think he was wronged or no? Not that he could prove he's wrong in court, that he was wronged in court. Do you think he was wronged? Yes or no?
No, and here's why. The consumers vote with their pocketbooks, right? Do you think that Nike didn't promote and sell Odell Beckham's shoes? Everybody wanted them, and they said, nah, we'd rather have you buy something else. If people wanted them, it's not like he's Yeezy or Ye or what's the Kanye West. He's just a guy. If people were buying his stuff, then Nike would sell it.
The whitest.
In Gerald Ford's 1974 biography, Lyndon Johnson, the president, it has a cutting but quotable comment that Ford had played too much football without a helmet and that he was unable to walk and chew gum at the same time.
LBJ.
It's 50 years before Herschel Walker. They're not lobbing that at Gerald Ford.
LBJ gave us a CTE joke in 1972. Well done.
Ahead of his time.
Such a pioneer.
The original concussion guy is Gerald Ford. Is that the story we're going to go with?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what we're going with.